everyone. So if you've been following me a little bit on social media, or I mentioned it a few times in recent vlogs, I just got back from a whirlwind trip to Boston. It was a satellite media tour. I am the patient spokesperson for the 2017 Hashimoto's Hypothyroidism Awareness Campaign. You'll be seeing a little bit more about that as the year progresses, but that's what I was doing out there. And I thought it would be really fun to do kind of like a what I packed, how do you get what I packed. Kind of like a what's in my bag to extend to all of the bags that I took. Now, something to remember is one, it was a very quick trip. It was basically 24 hours. And I didn't have a direct flight to Boston. So it was really important to me that everything was carry-on. I could not risk the airlines losing my bag or getting, not necessarily lost, but just sent on the wrong connecting flight. So anyway, everything was carry-on. And I know a lot of you don't fly as often as I do and have a lot of questions on what's liquids and how. So I'm gonna stop jabbering away and just show you what I packed. So first and most importantly is what purse to bring. So I went for a classic, a black bag. When in doubt, black goes with pretty much everything, especially in the winter. And I picked up my GG New York Jessica tote in black. I've had this one for years now. This bag, why I bought and brought this bag is one, because it's black, two, because it's a big tote bag. So I could fit a ton of stuff in here. Don't let these skinny little handles fool you. This thing can hold a lot. I love the fact that it has this outer pocket, which is empty, which is where I usually keep my cell phone when I'm traveling. I like to have easy access to it, but it's a nice deep pocket, so it's not gonna fall out. And what I really, really like about this particular tote, which is why I travel with it, is it zips up. So what did I have in here? Well, a few key items. I'm not gonna go through this whole what's in my bag deal. I do keep in my tote bag my liquids bag. And I have paid for the TSA pre-check clearance. It's good for 5 years. It's either $80 or $85. I got it, I think, last summer. So I don't actually have to take my liquids out when I'm going through security, but you are supposed to keep them still in one of these bags. So everything has to be under 1 fluid ounce if you are bringing it with you on the plane. If you're packing it in your suitcase and checking your bag, you can pack a whole bag of water bottles if you want. There's no limit. But if you're taking it with you on your physical person into the cabin of the airplane, it has to, and you're an American, I don't know what the rules are internationally, it has to be under 1 fluid ounce and it has to fit in 1 quart size baggie. So I've busted through quite a few, but different kinds of bags, and I've spent money on some Vera Bradley ones, but the one I keep coming back to is this one from Sephora. I think it's like $4.99. This is my second one. You can also just use like a freezer quality quart size disposable plastic baggie, but I do like this. Anyway, so this is the Sephora one, and I will show you what I consider a liquid. I always err on the side of caution, because everything I'm taking with me I consider an essential, and I don't want to get through the TSA line and some TSA agent deciding today's the day he's not going to let that mascara go through. No, I'm just going to, because sometimes it's arbitrary. So if I'm even considering that it might be considered a liquid, it goes in here. So I have a travel size of the Moroccan oil hair stuff to get rid of the frizzies. My Wet n Wild primer for my eyes. Tarte Shape Tape went in there. My, as yet unavailable to the public, Shiseido Foundation. Review on that coming in February once it's available. My tiny little roller ball, which is coming up in a favorites video soon from Pacifica. It's called Sugared Amber Dreams perfume. It's a little roller ball. And if you're an Amber fan, you will love it. My Jouer Longwear Lip Gloss in Skinny Dip. I doubled up on the mascara. It's a new trick I've learned for TV, not for like everyday life, or if you really want some crazy false looking lashes. So I have my Lancome Grandiose mascara in here, and I also have my Chanel La Volume mascara. You pair these two up, and even the makeup artist who did my makeup, or who was going to do my makeup, who ended up saying, I don't need to do anything, for the shoot was like, are you wearing falsies? I'm like, no, they're mine. Double up on the mascara. MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. What else do I have? My NYX Brow Mascara. Now we're getting to the essentials. This is the some of the best eye drops. Not my all-time favorite, but they're good. My favorite eye drops are Sustain eye drops. I get very dry eyes. When I get tired, it gets worse. I know people, I don't normally give attention to those horrible gossip sites, but there have been comments about how I blink my eyes funny. I have dry eyes, so thanks for pointing out what could be considered a disability to the whole world. That's really kind of you, you gossiping, nasty. Anyway, but what I have is Blink Contact Lubricating Eye Drops for soft and RGP lenses. So you have to, when you get eye drops, and you wear contacts, just make sure they're good for contacts. Travel size, this comes in the Discovery Kit from Colleen Rothschild. I know it's been on back order forever. Sorry about that. It's not like I have anything to do with it, but I'm still sorry. Colleen Rothschild Extreme Recovery Cream. I don't often use this on a daily basis, except in the winter, but when I travel, I always bring this because I'm always dehydrated, my skin anyway, from flying. Little toothpaste. My regular Sheer Renewal Cream, also from the Discovery Kit. Then I have, okay, this particular baggie Michael found at CVS. If I can find just the description, I'll put it in like a link to what it is. You can just go to CVS and pick it up. But it fits like normal size bottles. Like normally I would put my foundation in a baggie like this all by itself. So if it happened to pop open in my travel bag, it wouldn't leak all over. But in here is a travel bottle filled with Bioderma, the face oil number 9 that comes in the Discovery Kit, and then the lab prototype of the mandelic acid from Colleen Rothschild. Like it has the lab label on it. I feel like very special that I have it. And there's not a lot of it left. I have a sample size that I never opened of the Sephora Super Supreme, not just Super and not just Supreme, Super Supreme body butter, never touched it. Tide pen for stains, also never touched it. A little baby L'Occitane hand cream, I did use that. A Shiseido sample of eye cream I didn't use. I did bring somebody else's sample of eye cream. I tend to save those little samples of eye cream for traveling. And I think I used Amore Pacific maybe. It was fine. I use daily contacts, so, sorry, fuzzy. I use daily contacts, so I brought like double the amount that I would need with me. So I have those. And that is all that is in my liquids. Other travel essentials that are in here, I'm not gonna go through my entire tote bag. The usual stuff applies. My mini iPad, don't travel without it. The key here is the spec case because it has this really nice latch. So it keeps it shut. It will not pop open. I think I found this in the dollar section at Target, but it's a really tiny pill case. And I take pills in the morning and I take them in the evening. And so this is divvied up in a section. So I can do morning and afternoon. And I just like how small it is. And I always keep my medicine in my bag because you don't want to lose that. This is a really old GG New York pouch. They don't make this exact pouch anymore, but I have my headphones in here and a little backup external battery for my phone in there. Backup vlogging camera battery. Gotta remember to put that away. I do have a gajillion lipsticks in here, like a lot of them. And then this was in the travel bag, but I already took it out. This is my Erin Rose lip conditioner. I put that back in my normal travel bag. Not travel bag, but like my normal beauty bag. In my beauty bag, I pulled out all my liquids. I made sure those are all out, and I put in there my Laura Mercier Candle Glow powder and a brush. I don't even know. It Cosmetics brush for touch-ups, and this is so great for travel. I am looking for a dupe because I realize that not everybody wants to pay $70 for a concealer, but this is the Clé de Peau concealer. I'm on the hunt. I've heard some recommendations, so be on the lookout for another concealer video coming your way soon. Okay, now onto the suitcase. So I think this is my last trip with this particular suitcase. I literally have had to duct tape the handle together. Michael and I are actually shopping for new ones, and we've been researching a brand called, I think it's called Briggs & Riley, for their, not for their full, we're good on the big ones, but for the carry-on size. If anyone's familiar with that brand, please let me know. So this is the bag that everything comes in for the Colleen Rothschild Discovery Kit. I have 2 or 3 of them now, and they are great for travel. And just like little things like I've kept and refilled over the years is a little container to hold my cotton rounds for my Bioderma. This little itty bitty thing of Radiant Cleansing Balm also comes in there. A fold up toothbrush. I love fold up toothbrushes, like for travel. It's awesome. Anyway, oh, here's a really great travel tip. Okay, this I needed to share, and it's empty now, which is why it's in here, but this is a contact lens case, but I wear daily, so why would I have a contact lens case? This is not my idea. I'm not taking credit, but I do need to share it with you. So if you don't want to waste a lot of space, or you're limited because like me, you're bringing carry-on with the liquids, I bought a pack of these at the dollar store, and I would put in there, I put on one side, actually I only needed one thing on this trip. So I just filled it with my daily cleanser. I just squirted out what I needed for my face wash and put it in the little eye cups. And then, you know, if you had more than one of these, like I have before, I just took a dry erase marker and wrote on the bottom what was in here, like on each side. So in previous trips, I've done one side with moisturizer, one side with face gel or serum or what have you. And you know, they're tight. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Obviously, liquids can't leak out of this. It's what you store contact lenses in. So isn't that a brilliant idea? I love it. Whoever I saw this from, I wish I could give you credit, but I love it. So that's just, I had to share that tip. Normally, I never check my makeup. I know a lot of people do. I'm one of those lunatics who thinks, yeah, if they lose my makeup, that is the end of my life. I can replace my clothes, but not my makeup. So I have an old clutch actually from Loft, and I just filled it with the makeup that I was gonna bring. Any liquid makeup, of course, is in that travel bag. And I'm not gonna show you everything, but I will show you what I actually used. Carly Bible palette I used and wore the whole trip. This whole top row is actually all I used, and that's what I'm wearing today. And I paired it with the Lorac Pro palette, the rose gold shade, on my lids, which is also what I'm wearing today, and that's what I wore on camera. And then I upped my bronzer. Normally I wear the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. It's very bright all of a sudden. The sun decided to come out. But I have this tiny little regular shade bronzer. It's not the milk chocolate and it's not the deep chocolate. It's just chocolate. It's like the Goldilocks of chocolate. And for me, kind of dark, but that's the bronzer I put on when I was on camera because the lights wash you out, kind of like what's happening right now. And then another hero product was, this is gonna be my favorites for January. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Eye Pencil in Burgundy Suede. It's the perfect shade of brownie, reddish, purpley. Oh, I love it. Yeah, oh, and excellent for traveling is these little e.l.f. guys. I brought the contour palette. Okay, another couple tricks I wanna show you. Nothing exciting, but we went out to dinner Sunday night with like the whole crew of people that were involved in this. And so I didn't wanna lug a giant tote bag, so I brought this guy. I love this metallic and grayish bronzy things go with everything. So this is an investment piece, but it's a great bag. In here, however, I stored like my underwear, my socks, and all of my jewelry that I brought. I brought a lot of options to wear on set, and I stored everything in like Kendra Scott bags and like Moon and Lola, like just other pieces I had gotten. Everything went inside the bag, so I'm not wasting space. I don't know if you can still find these, probably on Amazon, but this is how I pack my brushes. It's by the brand Lug, and it's the Canoe brush holder. I think Makeup Forever actually makes one that looks just like this. They come in different colors. It looks like this. You unzip it, and all your brushes sit in there, and it can sit upright, like so. The shoes I wore, I don't think are still available, but I take my old purse bags, or in this case, I think these were for shoes, and this is how I travel with my shoes so they don't get my clothes dirty. And these were very handy. These were from Tory Burch. I don't think they're still available, but if I can find something like it, I will link to it because I think these are great. They're booties, more like shooties. I like the pointed toe, and they're cut really low. They're cut under your ankle bone. So they're almost like a pump, but they give you a little more coverage. They're a little warmer, and they're a little sturdier to walk in, even with this heel. So a great piece to have. I wore these to dinner, and I wore them on set. So there you have it. I did bring this guy with me to do my makeup. This is, I bought this at Target. I don't know if they still have it. I like it okay. I mean, it does the job, but I found one on Amazon actually this morning because we're planning a few more trips that actually folds up so that the mirror is not like out like this, and also has it's a 1x mirror and a 10x mirror that also lights up. So I think that's my next purchase, and I found that on Amazon. I will link that below because I just feel like that thing could break. I will insert pictures, but on that I did throw right into the hamper because I traveled in it there and back, and anything you wear on a plane, you just want to put it in the hamper as soon as you get home. But I dressed for comfort. I posted a picture on Instagram of me leaving on my way to Boston, and I had worn, I like layers. So it's cold in Boston, so I had my black wool kind of double-breasted coat, and then I carried that on the plane with me. And then just to wear on the plane itself, I had actually this guy, very cash, the BP striped kind of longer t-shirt. It's long enough so it covers your lady parts and your bottom. So, you know, if you're wearing leggings, then the whole world is not looking at your crotch. That's just a personal pet peeve. If leggings are not pants, so if you're gonna wear leggings, your top should cover your crotch. Okay, anyway, so I wore my BP Moto leggings, which I don't think if they're still available, it will be a miracle because Nordstrom marked them down again. But I wore my black ones there and back. On the way there, I wore this shirt. On the way home, I wore one of my Caslon sweatshirts in hot pink. And then over that, I wore my Caslon, what is it, that asymmetrical, I'm going like this because it's so cozy, the gray cardigan jackety thing. And then over that, I had my overcoat, which once we got on the plane, I was able to put in the overhead bin. So that is it. There's no shame in wearing the same outfit or article of clothing 1 or 2 or 4 times when you're on a trip. But those were the key pieces that I took with me to get through a very fast trip, a very fun trip. You'll be hearing more about that project as the year goes on because I am the patient spokesperson for all of 2017. So you will be seeing some videos here on this channel, and when I can, I will list or put out somewhere in the world the interviews that went out because they're up on the internet now. Some of the stations have linked them. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let me know if that was helpful at all. If you have any questions about traveling, hopefully I can answer them. I'm not an expert, but I do travel quite a bit, so I have, you know, picked up some tidbits here and there. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a comment or a question. I try to answer every question that comes my way. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.